What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Lindy's Locks Live. Hit that like button as you are hopping on in. If you are on the YouTubes, that is very, very helpful to me. And then over on X, if you are tuning in here at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, well, it's great to see you. Let's start right where we ended last time out. And hopefully you got that message that I had down in the comment section. And can I just remind you, it's either do this or don't have a show, because those are your options. You don't have to watch. I'm sorry that I can't do everything the way that I normally do. Producer Jacob is in Europe still. He will be back here next week. And let me turn this music down a tiny bit. Anyway, I got to tell you, it's very nice. Like about 75% of you have absolutely loved this. Just a different format for 1 week. It's a different format for 1 week. And then I guess Sunday night, I'll be in, Easter with my folks. And I'm still planning on doing this on Sunday night, but you guys don't want it. I'll just wait until Monday when he is back, and then we'll rock it out. But about 75% of you have loved it. I really appreciate that. About 20% indifferent, and then there's like the 5% who just hate this. Just give me the plays here. Give me the plays. Well, okay. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. Anyway, we're going to start right here. Corbin Carroll is the GOAT. We love Corbin Carroll. If you saw my post over on X, well, things went awfully nice there. We got Bryce Harper in the premium Discord too, but Corbin Carroll ended up getting the $25 on there, and Will Smith hits a bomb as we are jumping in. So we're going to put the X here just in the event that I don't think the Rockies are putting up 4 runs to tie it. I knew the math. Again, the math is correct. I think over any long period sample size, that's just negative 0.25. I don't know what to tell you. That's just bad shit. Anyway, we are waiting on the total here. I didn't even look at the NBA streets, but just a little bit of a recap here for you. Corbin Carroll is obviously a GOAT, and we are looking really good for this total. If you didn't know this, ESPN does update this pretty live, 241.5. So we're sitting in a really good spot here at the 511 mark. I felt really good about this total, and a lot of people were hitting me up because it did fluctuate quite a bit. We got 226, 227 there at some spots at close. Feel pretty good about this, about us getting through. So obviously Corbin Carroll carried the day. We got we got the overthrow pretty easily, I would say there. Alvarado just has issues there with Philly. The Mets, they were dead, even though you had the bomb from Soto, you had the bomb from Alonso, and my Twins just found a way to win anyway, which was weird. That was the worst outing for Tyler McGill so far this season. Detroit first 5. A little bit disappointed in this one. Jack Flaherty did not have his best stuff, no doubt about it. And son of a priest, you should never be able to do that against Detroit. But Detroit, that's why we isolated the first 5, was simply trying to target in on Jack Flaherty. If you played the entire game, it was actually a worse number in some spots. At least last night it wasn't when we went over it. But Corbin Carroll carried the day, getting that bomb across, plus 475. So nice little 0.25 unit there, W for the people. And Bryce Harper, that was really nice to get it through. And this total is looking nice. So if we can get half a unit there, we'll be just up over 0.75 units, which, it ain't much, but it's honest work. And coming off of this, 0.26, hey, we'll be up like a unit over the 2 days just on this program alone. If you were in the premium Discord, obviously with the Ohtani and the Betts home runs yesterday, we got really back on track after a brutal last tail end of the week. And it became summer. It is time to rock, and we're time to roll. So anyway, the NBA streets are now officially done. But before we dive into today's slate, and I will once again make sure that I have the slide. As you can see, there is Wednesday, April 16th. We got a couple of plays to talk you through. I think it's going to be good times, but I want to start with this because I don't think it can be emphasized enough. Obviously, 1 unit, it's been pretty flat here on the video for me this week. Looking all right, as long as we can get that total through. I got it at 229, close 227. So a lot of people that got better numbers than me today. But promo code LLL. If you guys want to get 2 weeks of portfolio EV, normally it is just 1 week of portfolio EV that we have going. If you look at our playoff results, bang, tough actin, Tinactin. You got really good stuff here. Those are the NBA's postseason profitable markets. You got PRA. This is all from last year. We accumulated a bunch of sample size throughout. Got a pretty sharp algo going here for that at the moment. We also had a really nice tail end of the month. Look at this madness. So many good things. That is a lot of people that were winning with Portfolio EV. It is a market-based tool. You are utilizing we've got so many different bets in so many different markets that you have access to. You can build out your portfolios in different ways, and it doesn't really matter which state you're in. I mean, whether you're in California, Texas, Florida, wherever you might be, where it might be one book or social sports books, or you might be on the markets, out there in the exchanges, if you will, for ProfitX, Novig. Doesn't matter. We have tools that are catering to you, and obviously, if you're in the great states of Arizona. If you're in the great states of Illinois and New Jersey and New York, you can really have access to some top tier tools. That is going to be rocking in the free world, and it is completely free. LLL, 2 weeks of Portfolio EV. Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. But I'm going to start with this. We got a couple of different things, and actually, let me make sure that I got this correct, because there were just 3 plays in the MLB streets. One that I have played, one in the NBA streets that I've played here already as well. And we'll explain why that is. We have early mornings tomorrow. I'll be able to post some stuff over on X and be able to get a lot of people some free bets, not just having to be premium Discord. I try not to always have it just be to the premium Discord where you are either in it or you are not in it. I try to cater to everybody. And if you ask me questions, I'll usually give you answers. So if you guys want to ever hit me up over there, we can. But we're going to get rid of this right here. We're going to delete these rows for the time being. We're going to focus in on these games just so the people who want to tune in and get a couple of plays and be ready to rock can have some plays and be ready to rock. Obviously, Atlanta at Toronto is where we're going to begin our boarding walk. And then I'll talk you through all the rest of the games, things I'm thinking about betting. But I've finished on Arizona, Miami with our GOAT, Corbin Carroll. Oh, shocking that I might be going back that direction again. Guys, I don't care whether he did it yesterday and he can't do it today. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I really, 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 really don't. It's not how I operate. I'm always thinking about things going forward. Oh, my microphone isn't even plugged in. Son of a biscuit. Here we go. I got comments. I played Carroll and Harper. Thanks again for all your work. Are we cooking? Oh, Tori Langley, we are cooking. I got to actually get this all situated and make sure I have my mic plugged in. Now I sound better? I probably sound better. My guy, Aiden, LA's finest, all over Angels tomorrow. Corbin is awful. So we got Corbin. We got a Corbin, the good one. And once you know it, it's almost like you and I are thinking somewhat alike. It's so good to have both of the Corbins in our lives. Yeah. Again, you could just take these plays and go. You don't have to watch me break them down. Go ahead. Just take them. Take these 4. Obviously, this is not out yet. This, I think we're going to get a better number on, and I'll explain a couple of the reasons why. But we're going to start Atlanta, Toronto, because we got some morning baseball to cover in our lives. Probably move that down. I'll be on Angels team total over tomorrow, and Cubs first 5 team total or full game, depending on bullpen. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that. And obviously, I'm doing everything live. F it, we'll do it live. Ooh, we're looking good for the total. It's always fun. It's always fun to watch in the little corner. And obviously, ESPN, I don't know. Some people go to NBA.com. I always have MLB StatCast pulled up in a corner just in case there's something that I can pick up on for Velo or something of that nature. Obviously, I took a stab. I knew it was going to be dicey. I knew it was going to be problematic. And look at this tomorrow. I think this is where it is, right? First 5 total runs. No, I want to go first 5 money line. I'll just show you. Because yet again, the math is mathing towards Colorado. It was actually just sitting at plus 230 because this number was a little bit higher. It's closer to the true odds. And this is purely from a market-based perspective, comparing sports books. So if you have the Hard Rock app over in Florida, Arizona, a great spot for Hard Rock. If you're not limited like me, that's disaster. Anyway, only two sets of odds that we've got here. And I keep refreshing just to get everything updated. Oh, I already did it. So I've got the auto refresh going for that. Manny Machado goes yard. Is that the first run of that game, by the way? Yeah. Wild. Oh, weird. Ryan Feltner's getting his ass just kicked now. Sweet. And Zach Edey, what's he up to? Because I saw a lot of people on his unders. I was not. I didn't really have an opinion. I just thought he was going to play more than people thought. Jaws going. Okay. All that matters for me is that total, 243.5. That makes me feel good. But I promise, back to work we go. Atlanta at Toronto, under 4.5. Now it's minus 135, a little bit juice heavy. I get some people don't want to go that direction, but you're going to have to bear with me and let me talk you through this play. We got Spencer Strider. He got up to 91 pitches in his last outing. And in fact, if you didn't know, you can basically look at all the AAA data that you need to have an idea of what we're looking at. And if you weren't aware, let me put this microphone up closer to me so it sounds better. And I don't have to yell and be a dip. Shit. Anyway, we got, where is it at? Okay. Minors. Because he was just getting ramped up. So you can see 2025. Why is he in the minors? Well, he's just ramping up, getting ready to rock, getting ready to roll. No homers, 5 hits in 13 and a third. Infinity strikeouts, 27 strikeouts between the handedness. I mean, Borowski. Spencer Strider is going to be hitting the ground running. Fed to the rules, and I hit the ground running. Did it make sense not to live for fun? Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. Now, Toronto against righties gets a little bit interesting because we talked about them at length yesterday. 91 WRC plus, only a 17.5% K rate. So you can notice, even though I think there were some Strider props that I saw lingering in some pick'em streets early on here, saw a couple of them starting to matriculate in. I think I'm just going to stay away from that for the first outing. You go from AAA, where I have no familiarity with the individuals in those lineups. Like, what is this creative team we're talking about? The Gwinnett Stripers. Stripers, not strippers. The Gwinnett Stripers. I don't think you want Gwinnett Strippers, if I had to guess. Or Norfolk Tides. That sounds like a nice place. Anyway, 13 strikeouts last time out. That is useful. Now, he was out there pitching for the Gwinnett Stripers, and that is a spicy metabala. If you have 16 outs, and you have 13 strikeouts, you probably have some good stuff going here at the moment. And at the same time, that I don't want to go crazy as far as like, hey, where's the strikeout stuff? How's it going to translate from Norfolk in? I do think we can at least take solace in the fact this is kind of a weird number at the open, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. We got first 5 total runs. It's not a market most people go to a lot, but again, we're trying to isolate these individual starting pitchers. Now, from a market-based perspective, it doesn't look that nice. It's also pretty juice heavy, but if you find another play that you like in the morning, you want to combine it, this I find to be positive EV, projected it out, simulated it out, and then you can combine that with anything else that you find to be positive EV, and you're going to have a higher expected return over any long-term sample size. So that's how compounding parlays can work. Like that's how it can work. In fact, we have that for portfolio EV now if you are such interested in such things. Now, a lot of people since the beginning of time of doing this, the same time that I am happy to be playing this for a half unit, I understand a lot of people don't want to be laying minus 135 or they just are going to parlay it no matter what I do. And that's fine. But let's try to find some good plays around it. But let's not sleep on Chris Bassett. I think Spencer Strider, if you aren't aware, one of the best pitchers in baseball once upon a time, had a rough season last season because he was hurt right from the get-go. But 2023, 2022, that is stupid. You are stupid good. Like best pitcher in baseball, Paul Skeens almost type good. Just absurd things that he was doing with the entire mix. And there's that one pitch, this one right here, this old slider. It is so disturbing. Come on. And he was hurt for this, by the way. Just still can, dudes. But that slider, man, you go back to a year previous, huge sample size, over 1,000 pitches, throwing it to both hands, and boom, tough act and connect. And I've said that twice now. 55.3% whiff percentage, 33.2% put away percentage. Now, let's go Chris Bassett, because I think this guy has some fascinating things going on. Oh yeah, Toronto. I wanted to update this for bullpen, which is why I've got it here. Underdog tweeting Jimmy Butler highlights. That's good for me in DFS at least. Cool. Bullpen. All right. Monday, pretty darn clean. So let's take a look at Hoffman, Yimi Garcia, these other guys. If you were looking at the major, like at the main market, obviously we're isolating first five, so it doesn't matter to me, but it's always good to know if there's like a long reliever sitting there in the middle that could, potentially be that third, fourth inning guy. Usually you're dead by that point, unless you get something like Taijuan Walker on the mound yesterday where we're down 3-0 and I still wasn't sweating yet. That's a good feeling. It's a really, really, really good feeling. But let's go over to Mr. Chris Bassitt. And this is going at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. So this is why we're starting with this game. I want to focus on this. And then, yes, we're going to take a look over at our boy Patrick Corbin. Great start to the season for Chris Bassitt. And kind of impressive because you look at the game logs of who he's played so far, which I've been doing every single day to start off here, just to get some context around, hey, it doesn't count. Like Taijuan Walker having a great start against the Rockies doesn't count. Said that, didn't care. We went first five, life was good. But I will say 3.14 expected ERA, sub 1 ERA, just the couple of starts, 3 starts, but Baltimore, the Metsies, and the Red Sox. Can we all agree that those are above average baseball teams? Like if we were to just draw the median line, 15 teams above it, 15 teams below it, I would put all 3 of those baseball teams from what we know right now, early on in the season, above into that top 15. So I don't know what order. Obviously, Alex Bregman's, congratulations to him, 5-hit game and now going and having a kiddo. Well, his girl's having a kiddo. So that's fun. Metsies, despite what we saw today with Tyler McGill, and then Baltimore. Yeah, I feel pretty confident these are above average spots. We're getting a lot of swing and miss, and we're getting a lineup tomorrow in Atlanta against righties. As you can see, I've isolated right-handed pitching ahead of time. 25.7% K rate, 98 WRC plus, and it is missing their best hitter, Marcell Ozuna. Now, no Marcell Ozuna means this is a great spot for both of these. Now, Spencer Strider, his strikeout matchup isn't as good, but George Springer now dinged up. I really don't find this to be all that appealing of a lineup. If they find fluky ways of moving the line, of getting things across, Miles Straw running, he's traditionally fast as fuck. So let that be known. But Andres Gimenez, decent enough start to his season, but I don't find, even though like from a record wise, I think pretty decent record to start off. Anyway, the more you model this game out, the better I feel. And again, I like to just take the individual hitters. You can export the data directly off of Fangraphs for anything that you're looking for. Like absolutely anything. Export data button is the best. You can customize all of your reports, have exactly what you care about, but I've been doing this long enough. I can just kind of, zoom in on the spots. I know what I'm looking at. 347 BABIP. So Chris Bassitt, 347 BABIP is high. Look at where Zips and Steamer are projecting him at. Look at where the Bat has him at. 284. Like, batting average on balls in play has been up, and yet the strikeout stuff has been so good to start off this season. And then one last layer just to top it all off, to bring it all together now, birds of a feather now. Let's look at the velo, shall we? Let's take a look at the velo. It's way down. And it hasn't mattered so far because he's been excellent. So maybe, just maybe, check out this first 5 that I think is way too high. I think the 4 is a little bit more indicative of where it should be. And I would actually be putting this more in like the minus 115 category. So you could play this at 4, minus 105 if you're trying to cut down on some of the VIG. Actually, it's not even cutting down. You're getting a half run. Take the half run where you get it. So you get that win on 2-2. You get that win on 3-1. I just really think both offenses are going to have trouble generating offense. And even the first 3 innings total runs, I stared at this for a while. 2.5, I think it's a little bit egregious because I think I get a little extra cushion getting those 2 runs for 2 innings. That's the way that I kind of looked at that. And Spencer Strider, we don't know how everything's just going to translate from AAA against nobodies or basically glorified spring training, but he's stretched out. it appears the strikeout stuff is completely there, and it's a Toronto lineup. So I think everything has me on that side. Cash McGill under case today was way too high. Yeah, I'm in pain and suffering. I just needed him to pitch well. What we think about the Orioles over when we get there, Kramer and Williams both have horrendous numbers against the opposing teams. Yes, I definitely don't. Well, I'll put it this way. And I kind of threw this out there for the people earlier today. I don't care about BVP. I care 0% about BVP. Now, certain pitchers, when you're facing an entire lineup over and over and over again, there's so much lineup change year in, year out. There is aging process for pitchers and for hitters. There is injuries that aren't being accounted for. Again, if I just looked at like last year's data in like small sample sizes for a Spencer Strider, there's no way you would end up on this play. You just say, oh, he's going to get hit up because he had this number against this. So like there's context that exists to everything that needs to be explained at times. But like, again, only 25 batted ball events last season, 408 expected slugging against. I mean, that's a distant far cry from like anything that's actually going to be like not in the blue. Like that's going to be blue. 439, Grant Holmes, our boy, Grant Holmes. Nice job, Grant Holmes. You did your job. Easton Lucas, what a... Anyway, that is our first play. Atlanta at Toronto, under 4.5. I'll post this at the end here as well so that you have it. I don't think we need to break this one down, do we? Now, I do think his break-even number is lower than yesterday, which might surprise you because I think the quality of pitcher is actually higher. So let's carve this one up, shall we? Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think you're going to see better numbers than this for sure for him going forward. He just got paid. He got paid. Why did everybody get paid like the day after the season started? That was so weird to me. So freaking weird. I should also have this pulled up on stream. So I've got this ready to rock. Can you guys hit the like button too? We've got 82 of you in here kicking it with me. That would really help me out. Really help the algo right from the get-go. So I can maybe do more of these and maybe do some afternoon versions of this going forward where I can break things down, be a little bit more hands-on. And also I would like to start sharing some of my spreadsheets. But again, a guy's got to eat. We have to eat. But I'm a millionaire now because I don't know if you guys noticed. Quarter unit on this video. I made more than that because thank you, Bryce Harper, for existing, but that is neither here nor there. We just need to keep making money. If we can keep making money every single day, guess what? We're going to be in a good place, and variance will probably take care of it. We'll make more. But why wouldn't we just keep backing Corbin Carroll? Where do you hide with Corbin Carroll right now? I've been talking about this for like 3 weeks. I was so impressed his first like 3 at-bats of the season, and I basically said, we are about to just go nuts with this guy. And we have. And you know what he's done? Absurd, unsustainable things. This is not sustainable. I want to throw that out there. I know that it's not sustainable, but I can't believe we got plus 475. I had this break even at plus 380 that we broke down last night, explained a lot of the reasons why and how I arrived at that number. And we are going to arrive around the same number. And I just don't think the books are going to adjust enough. We might even get a better number tomorrow, even though I personally dropped it 10 cents. And I will explain the detail right now. I guess I could just go back. There you go, dipshit. That was me talking to myself. You like Judge for a home run tomorrow? I think he's due. Yeah, I mean, I saw plus 220, I think was his opening number. So I upload everything into my sheet here. We're going to talk through this Keon Ellis play, by the way. Oh boy, is it a Sour Patch Kid? Pucker up, Buttercup. Why do I say the things that I say? Why am I wired the way that I am? Literally just talking to myself in a room, like golf clubs and shit. Anyway, I saw the Judge number roll in. It's amazing how my mind works. Plus 220. Saw that one roll in. I was very interested to see kind of where they dropped him at 1 o'clock. Oops. Sorry. 1 o'clock game. So that's fascinating. Oh. Gotta move this. And I gotta go back and share my screen again. Bum, 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 bum. I will repeat this one more time because I don't know if everybody listens to me all the time, and I totally understand why. But producer Jacob will be back next Monday. So we're going to keep this format going for the time being. If you love it, love it. If you hate it, keep it to yourself for the time being. I get it. This might not be your cup of tea, but we're going to get your cup of tea, the tea that you've had for 4+ years from me, coming back very, very shortly. But I really like breaking down process. I think it's more interesting. I think it's better than what I do on a daily basis, if I'm being honest. But I understand that there is time constraints. I understand a lot of you have full-time jobs that aren't looking at sports. And again, this is not just self-indulgent. I'm not here to try to sound smart or do anything else. I'm just trying to explain my reasoning and kind of what my modeling is doing and why it might matter. But +3 or better. I have both of these in parentheses because I haven't played them yet. I do want to see some more numbers roll in on the LAA first 5 money line. But if you made me play it right now, I would borderline think about locking it at 1.25 units and just moving on. I'm not going to because it's early MLB. There's still stuff. Maybe Patrick Corbin's found some pitch, or we find out that he gets quick hooked when he gets in trouble here for Texas. The Texas just has like a reliever that they're going to unleash behind him. I don't think it's likely, but just talking theoreticals that we get the hang of as the season goes on that you might not know all the time. Anyway, I'm going to share this because that makes me happy. I honestly love lives. You're very welcome. I'm glad that you appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy it as well. Hey, Lindy, I made a song out of your Eminem-inspired rant the other day. Send it to me. Send it to me. DM me, please. I will accept. I accept. Makes me happy. Can you put all of your picks at the end of your movie again tonight, please? And thank you. He called it a movie. That is fucking great, dude. Thank you. You're very welcome. I will do that. I'll be sure to do that. As long as some of you check out Portfolio EV down at the link below. LLL. That way I can keep doing this. Again, you just have to try it out for 2 weeks completely free. That's it. I bet you'll make some money over any long-term sample size. I have. Greg Ehrenberg really has, jerk. Just kidding. I hope you're enjoying your vacation with your family. Follow me at Eric Lindquist. Eric Lindquist over on X. Would appreciate that. But Max Meyer. This is the thing that I really want to point out that I don't think I've talked about yet. Something I think could be very interesting. So Gillespie was on the mound here today, and I definitely think Max Meyer is a better pitcher. Everything already this season is encapsulating that. 2022, very, very brief, not a qualifying sample size. 2024, we learned some things about ourselves, Max Meyer. And then pitching value so far this season, so far, so good. Who has he faced thus far? Well, he's faced Pittsburgh, he's faced Atlanta, and he's faced the Metsies. Now, it's like 1.5 good teams because Atlanta, this might look better in hindsight here, but Max Meyer's always had strikeout stuff. That's never been the issue with him. My big issue, so somebody just asked Max Meyer's K-prop, and I'm not going to pull the comment up here at the moment, but my main thing with Max Meyer, the reason that we're not going to be doing that, Arizona, man, already just a fully operational Death Star yet again. They led the MLB in runs last year. If you go and just extend this to 2024 and we reset the range, you will see in the standard, they put up tons of runs and not quite number one here, the Cubbies. This is all inflated by a 16-0 shellacking. So again, some of these homers also just came off of Miguel Rojas. I'm not going to count those. The Angels, they are dominating in terms of home runs so far this season now, but not terribly. I mean, not terribly. It's not terrible to be Arizona right now. You play in a pitcher-friendly ballpark for the most part, unless the roof is open. And then Corbin Carroll and Eugenio Suarez basically hitting all of the home runs for this team. Pavin Smith, I think he's had 1 or 2 as well. But yeah, our boy Corbin Carroll, he's all grown up. He swings the bat fast, all of those things. But overall, I think the Max Meyer thing is at least interesting because of this. Actually, I wanted to compare it to Gillespie. So we had today, we can pull up Gillespie and our absolute GOAT. Why don't we just take a look at a home run as we walk by, shall we? Exit velo, 107.8, grand salami, homer in every ballpark. Nice when it's all on the left side of the screen, not on the right side of the screen. That is a useful meatball. But Corbin Carroll, 105.7, just a double murder there. But 107.8, got that launch angle up, 26 degrees, and boy, oh boy, expected batting average, 1.000 is good. Means nobody's going to catch it. Maybe PCA if it goes straight out to center. That's about it, because PCA can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. But here we go. Let's take a look at Mr. Gillespie, shall we? Because, well, he didn't have any of the top pitch velocities, but Connor Gillespie. This was the main thing and why I priced it a little bit differently. Oop, Connor Gillespie. Barrels. Awful barrel percentage early on here. No doubt about it. High max exit velocity, but this is kind of interesting. High launch, really optimal pitcher there, but 3.56 expected ERA, 3.70 expected ERA, still finding ways of being a little bit more effective. And you go to some of the minor league numbers, it's fascinating because sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. He is truly all over the place, but you go in here, some of the stuff, it's not as good as you would expect for Max Meyer, considering what he's supposed to be. First round pick, number 3 overall. How about that for a signing bonus? Also, rah for Skyuma, rah for the U of M. Shout out my parents and everybody back home. They're in South Dakota, but 10 minutes from Minnesota, and both my parents grew up in Minnesota, so that's why I am unfortunately a Twins fan. But look at this. I'm not going to say he's a worse pitcher than Gillespie, but I do think Gillespie has maybe had some better early on results. Now, a lot of what he's doing is like optimal to home run hitting, whereas Max Meyer, it's not as pretty, again, as what it's been for people going up against Connor Gillespie. But as much as I didn't need to break this down, because Corbin Carroll, like what didn't I say yesterday about Corbin Carroll that we can't just run back for tomorrow? And hot streaks, cold streaks, I don't really care about that. I care that this is occurring, and 6 homers, and he had the double that he just smackarooed. We're up in terms of bat speed. We're up with everything. So the really only question is, what is the matchup on the other side for the starter and then the bullpen? Because, bullpens need love too. No discrimination here, squirrel. But Max Meyer, comparing it to some of the other pieces, he's really giving up hard contact. In fact, second most in terms of exit velocity, speed off of the bat. And I'm surprised because, again, I think he has the best strikeout stuff of anybody on the roster, including, the aforementioned Gillespie, Ronnie Enriquez, who's reliever, Edward Cabrera, who last year had some really nice strikeout stuff, also got tuned up. Apparently, we're just going to flip-flop that now. We're going to pitch to contact. Great job, Edward Cabrera. What are you doing? Oh, my Carroll plus Naylor home run. Yeah, plus 650. That was really nice. The Naylor one was really sharp too. I'll take a look at him as well for tomorrow, but not lofting it as much as Corbin Carroll right from the get-go. And the prices haven't been like that far off, but yeah, plus 650 today. If you jumped on that, you are one sharp person. Wish I had done that. I almost bet Alec Thomas, and then I don't know what happened that I just forgot or was thinking about it. And he doesn't have the launch. He doesn't do any of those things. I was looking at his total bases. I was going to do a lot of stuff against Gillespie today. And then I just ended up sitting on the Carroll play. But we look at this, and I truly think that Max Meyer is going to end up being a little bit more homer prone than Gillespie, even though Gillespie, fly ball pitcher so far, Max Meyer a little bit lower. 49 batted ball events, 43 here for Connor Gillespie. We'll accumulate more sample size, but Corbin Carroll doesn't really strike out all that much either. 21.9% lead off, just get as many at-bats as humanly possible. He's great at avoiding strikeouts, and the bat speed's up 1.5 miles. The hard hit is way up and unsustainable because it's like an Aaron Judge territory. And again, We were talking about 165 soaking wet, naked, soaking wet, shake it like a salt shaker. Actually, just hit the baseball like piss. That would be useful. Oh my God. Is Colorado starting to maybe make this interesting? Do I need to amend my sheet? Do I need to amend? I already gave myself the L. Like I just gave myself the L. Let's check in on the NBA quick too. Thank you for a small amount. Radagast Brown, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you watching this live and coming and kicking it with me. I know sometimes you are one of the proponents of me shorter videos. I can do that from time to time. I can definitely do that. And obviously these are longer because this is the only way I can do content right now without my producer. I am lost without him. I texted him today and it was really sad. All right, we're looking really good for this total still. I swear to God, if I don't get that 229 and everybody hits 227, I'm going to lose my mind. Do you see Carroll hitting 35 to 45 home runs? I don't know. I don't really think in terms of that. Because I don't do a lot of futures. I don't do a lot of predictive stuff for that. I'm always looking at 1 day sample sizes and trying to do the best I can on that day. Maybe that's just because that's been the rhythm I've been in for 4 years. So I feel the rhythm, feel the ride. It's bobsled time, and we just try to make some monies together. But Corbin Carroll, I dropped his break-even price 10 cents to account for some of that harder exit velocity that we're seeing here from Max Meyer. So I'd be okay playing this one in the plus 400 range. Whereas yesterday I wanted, I said plus 380 was kind of your or better kind of spot. This is plus 370 or better. I have this as a break-even price of plus 350. Yesterday it was plus 360. I hope that makes a little bit of sense for you. But let's get to the main event. This, friends, is what I hope you take from this program. If there's anything you take, let's go from one Corbin to another. You think I didn't think about this ahead of time? You think I didn't think about this ahead of time? That made me feel like Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York. You got a cleaver in your back. Jose Soriano. I think you guys know the hard-on I have for this guy. No offense. Sorry if you're listening next to your mother. 3.31 expected ERA, 2.70 ERA. So far, so good. But I thought last year there were some really, really, really good things. Really good things. Somebody said something that I deleted a comment. What did I do? We're not going to serve something on the odd chapter website. Screen doesn't show. I mean, what did I do? I don't know what happened. Anyway, I am back to this. Got to double check. People always DMing. Anyway, we don't go near the DMs. We stay away from the DMs. You read those and it's terrifying. Ooh. But Angels, first 5, minus 125. Once again, in parentheses right now, because I haven't played it yet, but I hope you understand how I do things. And if I say I'm going to play it, I am going to frickin' play it. I'm a man of my word. Where'd it go? I want my first 5s. First 5, money line. So many markets, so many ways to find an edge here. That's me. Nate, I appreciate you. All right. I will make sure I get to you after this show. I have no clue what you were talking about there for a second or what I deleted or whatever, but don't delete stuff because delete life is bad life. But we are back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going to go down here and I want to update this. Ooh. You see why I wait. Oh, we are playing this right now. Minus 118, friends. That is the official number, and that is going to be a lock. This is going to be your second lock of the entire season. All right. Updated for the people in the back. BetMGM is going to be where we end up finding ourselves into this. And you know what's really nice is if you have Profit X or no vig, you also have the opportunity to 1, use promo code Lindy when you sign up, or 2, post numbers, and hopefully somebody ends up coming out and sniping it. So I'm going to put about $200 on something there to potentially have somebody snipe. Got all these Carroll dollars. What do I do with all these Carroll dollars? Just makes us money every day. Put $1 and get a car. 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 It's 4 cars, 4 members of the family. Vegas vacation. It's goated. And There we go. All right, we're going to get this down first. And then, of course, location. And, of course, there we go. Oh, baby. All right, let's walk through it. So glad I waited, but now I have to wait no more. That is an official lock. What the fuck are we doing with this line? What are we actually doing with this line? Let's start on the educational side of things, shall we? Now, when I sim stuff out, I feel really good about my process. Also, if you guys get familiar with ChatGPT now, you won't be as scared when the overlords take over. I've been working on that pretty hard, trying to get all of my life in order so that when that becomes like a thing that we have to do, we can kind of do it. So I've got this at 59.4. We are getting minus 118, and we are going to wager 118. So if you've been listening to me the last couple of days, you know that I try to set up kind of an error range where it's 2% on both sides of it. I always trim 2% off, always trim, because I understand early in an MLB season that there are a lot of other variables that are hard to account for. We have new lineups, we have new weather, we have new bullpens, we have tons of things, which is why I'm comfortable actually locking this in a first 5 capacity. I wasn't sure if that was going to end up being the case. I needed it to drop inside of minus 120, but we're not going to get better than minus 118. I just don't see it. Unless you are at an exchange where you're posting a number and somebody picks it up at like 115 and is just trying to arb it, you're really not running into a spot where you're going to get better value than this. 59.4. How do I arrive at this win probability? Well, Jose Soriano is good. Okay. That's the first part of this equation. What a great, the Angels have a great contract on their books. Is that even possible? Is that allowed? Minus 138. Yeah. I'm learning Baccarat. All right. 3.08 xFIP. Yeah, I love that movie so much. I absolutely love Vegas Vacation. Anyway, 1.7 WAR last season. So far this season, 3.31 expected ERA, 3.08 xFIP. I mean, it's all in line. And it really comes down to this for me. I'm obsessed with ground ball pitchers. Obsessed. Always have been, always will be. Because it trims down the variance of betting that person so much relative to a fly ball pitcher of the exact same caliber. I don't have to worry about all of the hard contact. I don't have to worry about these insane events. Now, we have home run per 9. It's not like I can't look at that too, because some people, when they do give up a fly ball, they get pummeled. And so far this season, 22.2% home run to fly ball ratio. Again, I think he's maybe had 5 fly balls as is. So let's take a look at this. I don't think, I'd be surprised if he had given up more than 2. Okay, 2 home runs on the dot. So we got 2 home runs that he's given up. But let's work through the pitch mix, because this is saucy. Sinker, knuckle curve. Sinker, knuckle curve. 60% usage, 20% usage. Over 80% of who he is in these 2 pitches. So the slider, split finger, 4-seamer, that's just a cherry on top. You really want to zig-a-zag. No way. Minus 140, minus 138 DK and FanDuel. Yeah, that's why we waited. Minus 140, minus 138, minus 120 now at Hard Rock. It got bet down. At Hard Rock, it was minus 125. That's the one I was circling the wagons with. I don't get it. I really don't. Also, we are not clicking Colorado. How is Colorado doing? Not doing this tomorrow. Yeah. Just please give me the L already so that I don't have to change anything and I don't have to feel ridiculous. Also, how's our total doing? Good. Why did that get bit down? I got 48 messages. Do I still play it? Why did it get bet down? I don't know. I just model it and it's still really advantageous. So play it. I don't know. That's all I got. Friends. Jose Soriano is very good. Fastball, velo, ground ball percentage. Again, sinker. That is his version of a fastball. Split finger. Every top pitcher seems to have a split finger of some capacity. 97 up there in the old velocity chamber. Again, I never freak out about early MLB velocity because it's a long damn season. A lot of these pitchers don't want to come out and throw 98, 99 right from the get-go. Plus longevity, it is valuable, especially when you're as good as what Soriano appears to be early on. 66.7% ground ball percentage, 60%. This is better so far. I mean, this last year is better than what we're getting from like Framber Valdez this year. Southpaw, Houston, generally been like the go-to ground ball guy. But when you get that ground ball, you are so valuable to me. And it just trims down the variance. They're still professional hitters. We still have to deal with Corey Seager. We still have power in Jock Peterson, even though it has been a tough season for him to start. And I do expect him to lead off. That's something that they've started to do against some righties where they just really like the complexion of Jock. Hey, let's just get him as many at-bats as possible, try to give him 3 cracks at a solo shot, and we move along with our lives. I think that's actually a really sharp way to go about it. Not that you can't bury him to the cleanup and you get more bang for your buck if there's guys on base, but for somebody like Soriano, you're really trying to get after him as fast as possible. Now, Marcus Semien against Southpaws, been leading off here. Corey Seager, been in the 2-hole every damn game. But Jock Peterson, this is what I wanted to point out, was he went to the 1-hole. They just moved him up top. I think that was against Zach Gallen. I can't remember. Merrill Kelly's pitching today, so obviously it wasn't him, or did pitch today, past tense. But DH, been 5-5, and then they let him off. I'm curious. I think they'll probably end up trying to do that again. But Jock Peterson so far this season, it has not been pretty. Negative WAR guy. Don't forget that when you don't play in the field, you also are going to get punished in that regard because you're a DH and you can't accumulate value in anything other than your bat. So when your bat is a -9 WRC plus, you've got problems. And I hope they continue for tomorrow. Just one day. I hope he comes back. Jose Soriano, historically better against lefties. Yes, something that I did want to throw out there, but we need to move ourselves along. So in the interest of time, not going, how far are we into this? Oh, I'm going to be under an hour today. Congratulations to everybody. Put 1.77 units on it. Yeah, Jacob, it is as good of a spot as you're going to find in early MLB season baseball. If I lose this, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm actually really, 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 really okay with it. It is beyond. All right, got that in finally. God, that took forever. But let's get to the reason for the season. No, not Jesus, our Lord and Savior. No, we are not talking about him. We're talking about Patrick Corbin. Oh. So you're telling me that I'm getting the most homer-prone baseball team, the team that has hit the most home runs this season. That's not hyperbole either. I showed it earlier, but I must show it again as I'm talking about it because I understand some people might skip. It is what it is. We're going to go to batting 2025. We're going to go towards team stats, and we're going to go to split leaderboards. We're just going to keep it all the same. Team, update, standard, home runs. Where'd they go? There we go. 30. So they're just behind the Yankees and Dodgers. 30 home runs. But the most home runs against, where is it? Southpaws. Bum, bum, bum. No, nothing against them. Anyway, don't care. We are very much here for the 30 home run situation. Man, it's all against righties. I didn't even realize that. Don't care. 27 homers against righties. Wild number. How many at-bats against lefties have they even had? Alphabetize it. 66. So yeah, that's going to be on the 66 games. Is this last year? No, this year. Plate appearances, games cumulative, hitters in the lineup. LA Angels, 87. So yeah, the second fewest plate attempts against lefties so far this season. they've got some major league hitters friends. And Patrick Corbin, 6.41 expected ERA, 6.16 expected ERA, 5.53 expected ERA. And I don't know if I would say, again, let's go to the advanced version of this. It's still Fluo's plate attempts. 75 WRC plus against lefties. Hasn't been nearly as good, 205. But this is such a small sample size. I don't give a fudge. I really don't. I really, 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 really don't. And looking at some of the batted balls here too against the lefties, that's going to change. Just going to say, when you have as much power as they have, they're not going to have the fewest hard hit balls out of any team in the league. That's just not going to happen. So deal with it. You like Corbin? Eric Johnson. Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that. No. Eric Johnson. Hang on, I have to shame you. What you're joking, right? Bro. Okay, I said I was going to get out here in an hour. Now you just made me tilt. You made me tilt, okay? Trying to win us money here, okay? Trying to explain why this is our second lock of the MLB season, okay? This is our second lock. We had the Dodgers, they lost 0-1. But we're about to go 1-1. About to be up. Again, it was a plus money, minus 1.5, where I just can't believe the Dodgers were sitting at that. Actually, I think it was even money where we got it at. So not like plus money, it's just even money. But that's neither here nor there. We are going to the Angels first five. Again, BetMGM is where that is listed. And Patrick Corbin was once upon a time really, really good. Do you know how unbelievable it is that you're searching like this? Oh, let's just introduce a cutter that I've never had before because I have nothing else in the arsenal to offer that is not going to get tuned up to such extreme extents. And show more seasons, because slow curve? It's like eephus pitch? It's not like... I haven't seen slow curve listed on a pitch tracking in a while, especially in recent data, because when's the last time you saw an eephus pitch? I can tell you when I saw it, it was Miguel Rojas throwing it basically 55 miles an hour over the middle to Carson Kelly at just breaking slates for no reason. But that isn't not just here or there. It's just terrible. 334 batting average against his main offering. 337 expected batting average. He had negative regression due, or positive regression due, and it just breaks my brain how bad this is. This is the pitch he's throwing. Now it's 18.9% of the time, but last year it was the pitch he threw the most, 35.9%. So let's take a look at these last couple outings, or the one outing that he's had. He's had one outing. Notice how I did my research ahead of time. One outing. Let's take a look. 74 pitches against the Cubbies. Wind was blowing in. Threw 6 type of pitches because he has nothing to offer you. 92.7 miles per hour. 79.6 on the changeup. Again, that doesn't mean a lot to me. What matters a lot to me is this. So I was doing some more digging into release point the other day because I just wanted to have an idea of what we were dealing with. I mean, there's a kind of a tell. Now, this curveball, 2 pitches that are just coming in higher there, release point of the other pitches where you could be looking at his hand, seeing if there's any tipping. When they talk about tipping of pitches, does your arm angle change? Is there anything that you do in your delivery before the ball gets released? Is there anything that your wrist is doing where you can pick up what's going on? The curveball, he threw it twice, so that's irrelevant to me. But there's just, 38 pitches in the strike zone? You're telling me that I'm going to get a hittable guy who might also end up being a walk machine, like a treadmill, like a Peloton treadmill. Now, it's his first start. I do expect that to come down a little bit because he doesn't seem like a guy who's going to go try to trim out the zone or trim out the edges or get calls. He'd really not like robo umps here at the moment, that's for sure. Guys, I don't understand the price. Do you understand the price? I don't understand the price. It's price and probability. And it's not like I have him winning this 75% of the time. I have it at 59.4%, but you do not get these kind of opportunities very often. And you will also not see me this adamant early in an MLB season to do anything. Now, I think there are lots of times that out of this winning, we also are going to get 20%. Like we're going to run into some pushes a lot of the time too, but this is like dramatic in terms of win probability, dramatic for a first five. In fact, it's probably a little bit high because the push probability probably need to be accounted for a little bit more, but this is just simply not a good price, not a good number. And I don't know what else to say. It's kind of closed case. So Soriano, very, very good so far in his big league career. Gives up a couple more barrels than you might want to see again, but I'm okay with barrels as long as you were getting ground ball contact like a majority of the time, which is just his calling card. Patrick Corbin. Just listen to the tunes. Let them soothe you. Eric Johnson, not Lindy. That's funny. Oh, anyway, I don't know what else we need to do here. Everybody's in play for homers tomorrow. Absolutely everybody. Ward, Trout, Soler, Ohapi, Adele, Paris. Might bet them fucking all. Maybe it's just something where we go like 0.1 units and we bet the whole lineup. Even Nolan Shanuel, even though I don't think he'll be in the lineup because they have JD Davis. I mean, they could go Renifo, second base. Kyron Paris, bro. It's a little egregious. Like you can start chilling out. Five of those. Dude. That's kind of like, those are like what I imagine Joe Adell doing all the time. And Joe Adell, second in hard hit percentage so far. Just in the bottom of that lineup, doing whatever. But, I mean, Joe Adell, no stolen bases yet. Kind of wild. 621 OPS. Guys, let's just focus in on that game tomorrow, shall we? Don't put all of your eggs into the basket in like an extreme way, but you can kind of put all of your eggs in the basket in an extreme way. So there you go. I will break down the Keon Ellis thing at the very conclusion of it, but hit the like button if you could for me. Would really appreciate that. That way I can do more of these streams. I can show the powers that be that, yes, people are interested in checking out research. They do care about process, not just the plays, because I care so much more about process and how to go about finding bets. How do you get win probabilities? How do you go about projecting that out? I want to do all of these things. It's going to take longer than like 3 live streams to be able to break down a process, to be able to really get into the weeds on how we can upload hitter data and how we can use it to our advantage and share more than just a Lindy's Locks live get a little graphic that I've got right here, because I am not a producer. I'm just not. But I have really cool spreadsheets, usually made by ChatGPT. This was made by ChatGPT. Super janky. Let's finish out researching some baseball, shall we? Earlier, David Festa. If you know by now, you know by now that I like his changeup. Why do I like his changeup? It's a good pitch. His changeup is very, very interesting to me. Now, I think this is where I made a mistake, and I'm happy to admit when I make mistakes. I ended up on some David Festa overs. Now, I got tons of closing line value. It was at, let me check this. I'm going to do my little background thing. I'm going to have a sip of my wine too. I haven't had one. Cheers, everybody. We are 1 hour into the show. I'm going to go like 15 more minutes. I think 15 minutes is what I got in me. We'll talk Keon Ellis, under 2.5 assists and why I like it. That's going to be super quick. And then we'll get ourselves the heck up out of here. Nothing like your one play in the NBA today in under on a, starting Keon Ellis. All right. Ready? Begin. David Festa. I love the changeup for him. it's just a good pitch. Now, the run value, nice. And then change up. All right. Only 2024 here so far, but bear with me. This pitch is so much better than this, and it's already good. 329 expected slugging, the best of the offerings. The problem is that you got to set it up. And the mistake that I made wasn't any of this. It was purely pitch count. His pitch count was not where it needed to be for me in order to try to actually make that a thing. He ended up getting quick hooked because he put himself in a little bit of a jam in the fourth inning, but didn't really get extended all that much. So we're going to go to game logs. And you go down here. 4 2/3 innings. Not good. Just over 60 pitches. So I don't want to do that again. Oopsie, Eric. Oopsie. Had 4 strikeouts. I got hooked. I had 4.5. It closed at 5.5 for what it's worth. Again, had some closing line value. Had tons, like 30 cents of closing line value was the number that I had. But what's his fly ball percentage? That's a great question. We can definitely pull that up right here. A little higher than you'd want so far this season, but you look at the ground ball percentage. Yeah, not great. Splits. Vertical movement, horizontal movement. I'll break some of that down here as well. I love pitching bot. Stuff plus, really, really nice as well. We'll go through that in another day. But standard, advanced. Let's go to, I wanted the splits. There we go. Splits. We want lefty, righty. Very, very small sample size there. Let's go to 2024 where we actually have sample size to utilize. I think these are actually pretty decent numbers for a guy in his first season. Like, don't you? 233 against lefties, 260 against righties. Giving up more power. Been a little revert splitsy, but generally speaking, when you don't have a ton of velocity and your best pitch is that changeup, when you look at any scouting report on him, and I love going into the more article section and mining through some of this. I think Justin Mason's really, really sharp for what it's worth. Jefferson Zimmerman, very, very sharp. A couple of these guys that really do a great job breaking down why it is that certain pitchers are succeeding, what we can expect going forward. We all know pitching ninja over on X. We all know ballpark pal in terms of weather and finding yourself some edges there. But I really do like finding even just like fantasy breakdowns of specific pitchers that we can find upside for, because I do think you can find a couple of ladders. Oh my God, if I had that I like Corbin comment up the whole time. Good God. El Negro Loco, my guy, news god himself in the house, makes me so, so happy. But anyway, Festa, fly ball, we just broke that down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit higher than you'd want, but so far it's righties that have really gotten after him. But this is still pretty okay by me for your first season in the bigs. And yeah, got quick hooked. Not anything to really mine out of this. Had a bunch of righties in that lineup. So is what it is. That is David Festa. Back it up. Now, we don't have a Mets starter. Did anybody see that starter come through? Because I was looking at MLB.com. Let me pull up ESPN and see if they have anything listed for him for tomorrow. Because this is that morning window. We've got 4 games going. And then we've got an afternoon standalone here in Petco. And then the main slate, if you're watching Stochastic for the MLB DFS live before lock, I'm going to be on that. I think it's going to be myself and Matt Bellman, I think that's who it is tomorrow. We've got an hour, and it is, DraftKings did include these early games for once in their lives. So Corbin Carroll high, going to be infinity % owned. Still going to play him, still going to cheer for him. But let's take a look and see what they have listed for Mets, if anybody. Yeah, still undecided. I haven't gotten the alert. I have it set up so that I have every team where I can basically know exactly when that person rolls out. Oh, weird. I lost my quarter unit on first 5, Colorado. I hate math. Oh, it is what it is. But back we go. Didn't even see who it would line up to be, really. Anyway, we'll deal with that tomorrow in the morning. We broke down Strider and Bassett because we're on that under first 5 in that direction. Detroit, Milwaukee. This one's interesting because Kiter Montero, I have no idea what to make of him. But so far, It has not been pretty at the big league level. Only 3 starts. I think he's pretty well regarded. Service time, like nothing there. Throws it decent. Here. You go to some of the AAA numbers. Limited home runs relative to that. That is for damn sure. MLB last year was giving up fly balls. 17.3% home run to fly ball ratio, 10.2 at AAA. And obviously, yeah, we saw some interesting stuff, but 4.33 xFIP, 5.15 FIP. That's not great. 5.24 expected ERA. Yeah, you saw a little bit of a transition here, but if you found some success here, AAA, I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I just say he's this or he's that. 47.8% ground ball percentage. You obviously know by now. I do like to see that at the AAA level. Decent start in that regard, but been more towards the fly ball range than I would want. And 2.37 xFIP. Is that just one start that he had at AAA? I'm assuming that's what it was. But Carter Montero, yeah, minors 2. Toledo Mud Hens, that's his team. So it would have been, yeah, Round Rock Express and Iowa Cubs. Shout out the Iowa Cubs, Des Moines, Iowa. Good stuff. 0.72 whip. Again, 1 start, 2 starts there. Decent strikeout stuff, but I'm going to let him kind of let it ride a little bit. And Jose Quintana sucks. So he used to be very, very good. Jose Quintana, confirmed not very good, but I don't really like Detroit and their complexion of lineups against right-handed pitching, against left-hand pitching, because all of their best hitters are left-handed. Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter. They do have Spencer Torkelson, and maybe he can find a little something, but Detroit, middle of the pack, 98 WRC plus against, 25.9% K rate against, once again, that is going to be against Southpaws. So just going to be a stay away. I saw some of the prices earlier on as they were rolling in. And this is, once again, first 5 money line, which we've kind of been milking for all it's worth. I would be inclined to lean towards Detroit, but I think it's pretty efficient. As much as Jose Quintana is targetable, don't really want to target with Jose Quintana. I just don't really want to. And I don't have to. That's how this works. We get to choose the bets. That's the advantage we have. Books offer everything. They want your money to be able to have it on their account and everything else. We get to pick and choose the spots. That's the fun part for us, is we get to pick when we're going to be set up. Hang on one second here. All right, thanks. See you tomorrow. See you live tomorrow. Yes, I will be live again tomorrow. I'm live all week long. And then Sunday night, I think I'm going to be live again because I don't believe you arrives until Monday. So yes, it'll be all of this, and then we'll have the recaps. We'll have everything updated. We'll be back on track, and we'll have the normal video where you don't have to deal with me doing all of my process nonstop ad nauseum. Or in this case, I'm just explaining my process. I've already done 4 hours of research on this damn slate. But Redagast, great to see you again. I know you appreciate brevity. I'm sorry that this is the way that it is right now, but I'm glad that you enjoyed kicking it, watching a little bit of my stuff. Do you ever find edges on the first 5 run line, or do you always base your research numbers off first 5 money lines? Great question. So I have found the VIG to be much higher and the hold to be much higher when you go to the run line market. Let me explain what I mean. I almost don't look at it anymore because it's so egregious. So if you go to the first 5 run line, we have all of these lovely things on the odds page over at OddsShopper. And when you're looking at the 0.5 runs, obviously we are taking the push, the like central outcome. If we have 2 equal pitchers on both sides and we just say, boom, that'd be even money right down the middle at 0, just money line both sides, plus 100, plus 100. Now's where it gets tough because each individual pitcher, you could have a walk followed by a home run, or you could have a walk followed by a double play ball. And it can be one pitch. It can be one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. And it gets very, very loud that way. But I have found that when you have mismatches, specifically when you'd want to be looking at this marketplace, here's what DraftKings offers you. Minus 140, plus 110. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Minus 140 plus 110. Minus 140 plus 110. 5.62% hold rate. So that is the price of admission to be able to play this. And obviously this is explained on the right side of the screen in a lot more detail than I'm giving you at the moment, but we have minus 140 plus 110. And that is, I'm just picking a random game here, Chicago and San Diego for tomorrow. So a nice little afternoon. Let's go to the first 5 money line for Cubs and Padres, shall we? Now, we have minus 105, minus 125. So again, 30 cents through and through. Minus 110, 30, it's going to be 20. So 5.62% hold rate. And Chicago, San Diego. And this is just, again, didn't have it pre-planned, just throwing in the numbers so you can see. Hang on. Higher hold on that one. That is interesting. That's actually fascinating that it's higher there. But the theoretical hold is going to be lower because we get minus 105, minus 118. The theoretical hold is when you compare it across multiple sports books. So minus 105, minus 118. Now, don't forget, the thing is that you get the push in your direction with this. So the thing is the hold rate can be higher on that side, but you're never pushing when you have the half run. You either win your bet or you lose your bet. That's why you have 19.5 for a points prop. Books either want you to win your bet or lose your bet. They don't want a push in a lot of those markets. So now you're introducing, all or nothing. It is going to be 100% of the outcomes there. Whereas in that theoretical hold that I just brought up before, there are pushes that exist, and that is going to be a very likely outcome. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I think I explained that pretty good. I think I did. Because again, plus 120. Yeah, reset. I got to reset each one of these. Plus 120. Minus 150. So, fractionally higher hold, but the range of outcomes, as far as what the push is going to be with it, you are just keeping more of your money when you're on the right side in the money line first 5 rather than the run line first 5. Not saying that it can't be advantageous. I just haven't found my path with it with math. And if you can help me explain it in your, if somebody can explain it to me and show it that it's advantageous, but I've seen enough sharp people playing in the first 5 market, and it was something that I really didn't dabble in until last year. Talked about that pretty at length, where I like the bullpens. I think some people don't like it because it raises the variance of certain things, but I don't think it's always being encapsulated correctly. And I'm always in roster resource, always going through bullpen usage with you. Always think it's a very, very interesting way to get an edge. And my results have generally spoken for themselves in that department. All right, let's finish up a couple of other interesting spots. So we've got Blanco and Matz going here. Ronel Blanco, he had the no-hitter. He had some pretty decent stuff at the beginning of last year. I don't find this to be all that appealing, though, with Steven Matz. 40 batted ball events so far, getting tuned up a little bit, but in St. Louis, that lineup, the Houston lineup against lefties. Have I showed you the lefty stuff so far? I don't think this is going to continue, but dog shit. Anything hanging out with my Minnesota Twins against lefties is not good. 53 WRC plus. Weighted runs created plus. Generally, the thing I like to look at the most, along with isolated power, ISO, sub 100 ISO, 177 on base percentage against lefties. Are we that fucking bad? Oh, the Twins. What do you think about the Astros game? Yep, talking about it right now here. So we're breaking that one down. I think I didn't take this off the screen. Yeah, somebody just asked that. There we go. What do you think about the Astros game? Is the extra 5 cents of juice? Yes. So the only downside, yes, talking through that. But once again, you get that push that exists that is going to be a huge portion of the math. Like the push is kind of what you're embracing in the money line, just taking the sides for it. And I will just accept the push rather than have the lineup be the reason in 5 innings, a small sample size against another starter. However, we are absolutely going first 5 money line here. That's like not even a question. Not even a question. Back we go to this. Ronel Blanco, Steven Matz. Just not very appealing to me at some of the current prices. I'm just going to slide to the left, slide to the right. Looks pretty efficient to me. Again, minus 115, minus 110, each sides of the first 5. Let's just go to some game lines for the time being, just because I think that'll be helpful. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Steven Matz. It's not as good as stuff, but Ronel Blanco might be 100, even though I know it says 31. Okay. Good to know. 4.30 expected ERA. This has been brutality. The walks. When you introduce walks into the repertoire, just never good. No fastball, all breaking, all this slider, all the curveball, really. The curveball is just nasty. But slider was the usage he was going to all the time last year. Curveball is just unhittable for lefties. Lefties really struggling against Waco for him. Jordan plus 420 homer. Let me take a look. Did that get just dropped? Because I didn't have any homers outside of like Yankees. That dropped. Let's see if we can find. I'm just going here. Boom. Getting very tired. I've been sitting in this chair since 7 a.m. Okay, plus 420 introductory number on FanDuel. I would like to see another book. I'd like to have a little context for what they're looking at. I will pull this up in the background. Brendan Donovan, the hottest hitter in baseball right now. Ooh, I'll take a look at him as well. Okay, we might go another 15 minutes. I lied. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely leaving at the 30-minute mark because I like marriage. I like being married. It's good. Love you, honey, wherever she is. I'm in my studio in the back. Here we go. What do we got? We got plus 420. We're not going to put that. A little sippy sip. Plus 420. And enter. What do we got? Also, how's my total doing? Gotta know. Oh, this is simming. Oh, fuck. Yes. It's getting a little dice here. Not perfect yet. Not perfect. Did it close at 231.5 on ESPN? That's weird. Oh, minus 115. Maybe it didn't finish there. Because again, I saw 227s at the end of the day, or at the closer to lock here. Obviously got buoyed back up. All right. I have Yordan Alvarez plus 450. So it's plus 449 if I'm being exact. I don't like that right now. He did get off the Schneid, which is congratulations to Yordan. I think that's always fun. My big issue whenever I'm looking at Houston and Yordan Alvarez, who I love, he's one of my favorite hitters, him and Kyle Tucker, when they were in Houston together, felt like they were DFS darlings for me forever and ever and ever. But it's a lefty over there, which doesn't really matter as much for him. It just has to do with this ballpark. St. Louis playing more cavern-like. Same thing for Minute Maid. Very, very easy out to the Crawford boxes for a pull hitter. You look at some of the acquisitions that Houston's made. Isaac Paredes, look at some of his pull rates, fly ball. You're looking for guys that fit your ballpark, and not enough teams find players that fit their ballpark. But let's pull up Brendan Donovan because, by the way, Corbin Carroll, I would call the hottest hitter in baseball right now, but that's just me. His OPS is way up in God's country, but 970 OPS is just smack into base. He doesn't have the bat speed, so you have 75 miles per hour for Corbin Carroll. He's just doing it on efficiency. It's like a golfer who just continually hits the center of the club face. You're looking for a guy, Brendan Donovan, just hitting the barrel of the bat, and that is some professional hitting. Let's take a look at a couple of things. So finding really nice success lower. So WOBA, I think you guys learned by now, this is a big part of it for me. Yeah. So righties coming in on the hands. And then there's also, man, hitting it out of the zone, finding success. This is what happens with a small sample size, though. You get these corners. This is not like, maybe that maintains. It looks like this is obviously where most lefties are going to struggle, away from the zone, but this is not going to, like, I think ideally you want to take these pitches. And here it's just like, all right, I'm looking for the pitch. It's getting hung out and you're taking it for a ride. Professional hitter. This is professional hitter shit. Low in the hands, pull it, do things that I need to. Soderstrom. Soderstrom is on another planet right now, bro. Did you guys see some of his hits today? Did you see the 420 bomb ski? Oh my Lord almighty. Look at this. Boom! We bring the boom. We bring the boom. I mean, my God. Shea Langoliers too. Tyler Soderstrom. 109.6. Homer everywhere. I think it was a homer everywhere for both of them, wasn't it? Shea Langoliers had that. Tyler Soderstrom, 13 of 30 on the other one. Okay. But only a 20-degree launch. Oh, interesting. Very nice stuff from Tyler Soderstrom early in the season. That's probably why he's leading the MLB in the old home runs, but he's got bat speed. That is for sure. That is for damn sure. But Brendan Donovan, I'll take a look at some of the props in the morning. I do not usually get the opportunity to do that as much as I would like night before, because it has to roll in, and then it is now time for sleepy, almost for all of us. So we covered Atlanta, Toronto, New York, Minnesota, Detroit, Milwaukee, Houston, St. Louis, Chicago, San Diego. I have no idea how to do the timestamps or the, what is it? The little, yeah, it's timestamps, right? I'm so sorry. Somebody was really mad at me about that yesterday. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to watch the video. I want to give you information, but like, if it's going to hurt you that much, I don't know what to tell you. Also, I saw that, what's his face? Matt Bush or whatever his name is. He just got sent back down to AAA. That made me sad. Not a great debut. He made the opening roster there in Japan. And now Justin Turner's just playing over him. DHing, even though, what the fuck, bro? Nico Horner. He's so Horner. That was a good one, actually. We've got Seiya Suzuki, who maybe gets back. I didn't see any news on him yet, but Seiya Suzuki was just smacking baseballs early, 920 OPS. Major league hitter, Seiya Suzuki. Michael Busch is coming along for the ride. He had fun at Dodger Stadium. Kyle Tucker could hit anything right now. Could throw it 105. He'll find a way to get barrel on ball. It's incredible from these Cubbies. And an interesting spot because Nick Pivetta, what do we know? Strikeouts and hard contact. He is feast or famine. He is a high variance individual. Now, last year, found ways to trim down on that hard hit. Found a lot of success, 3.5 unexpected ERA, the best of his career. But I don't know what we get from him going forward. Because this is launched right now, and it was launched last year, and he's throwing it 50% of the time still. So there's a lot of lefty power, man. There's a lot of lefty power in this Cubs lineup, and it just scares me a little bit. It's an afternoon game in San Diego. This is definitely like, it should come with like blinking red lights that we should be looking at home runs. Plus, because San Diego, I bring this up a lot, and I think that this is actually more important to talk about. I talked about it with Wrigley Field yesterday. I just want you guys to see last year how dumb it was. We're going to do a 2-year rolling sample size here with home runs. One of these things is not like the other one. Petco Park, 4th for home runs. Now, some might say, oh, you have Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, all that. No, it's the observed effect of each displayed stat based on the events in the selected park. Looking at how they do in this park relative to other parks. Great American Small Park, right next to Petco. Astros with short left porch, Petco. Citizens Bank, Hitter's Park, Petco. Now, Petco, in terms of run creation, sitting flatter there in the 98 section, but we are getting high variance outcomes. It's nuts. That's actually insane to me. Used to be considered a pitcher's park. That's my point. Like everything. So if we were to just take, let's go to 2023. So home runs. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever. Fuck, 21st. So the word on the street, okay? The word on the street is that there are these like little retractable things in the back where they can have the wind funneling in, and they've kept them open now. And I've been to the ballpark. It's glorious. Glorious ballpark right next to it. You park at like the Hilton or whatever that hotel is right on the ocean. And then you'll walk over to the ballpark, cross like a little bridge thing. And there are just these open sections, but apparently they used to have like doors or something where they had it closed. Now that they've opened it up, we are getting wind. We are getting a lot of things. Also, Cubbies in San Diego, are they using the best bullpen arms right now? I love betting stuff live when I feel like in my feelings. Box score. All right, let's take a look. Palencia. Presley. All right. He's struggled so far. And Ryan Presley struggled last year for Houston as well. But traditionally, going to be your closer still. So roster resource for the Cubbies. I'm a little behind. But Mets is Justin Hagenman tomorrow. He's pretty mid. All right, that sounds fun. You know who else is mid? My freaking Twins. I've sworn enough in the last 2 minutes, so I'm going to try to tune it down. All right, but Ryan Presley expected to be the closer, so that's what he was acquired to be. Been better, but still a negative WAR guy to start off the season. 4 saves early on. No strikeout stuff so far. This is what happens when you turn 36. I should know. My back hurts all the time. I'm 37. I'm not going to lie. Oh, well. I just bit my tongue. Ow. Matthew Boyd's so good. Matthew Boyd's so good. Fly ball pitcher. Yeah, this is a really tough one for me. This is a really tough one. We're not going to get any props from them yet either because they're still playing freaking baseball. All right, enough on that one. This one definitely, though, I could see myself invested in some Cubbies against him tomorrow. Nothing crazy. Again, nothing to go crazy with early in the MLB season unless Patrick Corbin is on the mound. Then we go crazy. Then we go crazy. All right. I know somebody was asking for this one earlier. Gavin Williams, Dean Kramer. Never been a Dean Kramer guy. Will never be a Dean Kramer guy. Not just because his sheet is bright blue, bright blue. Have you ever seen alone in a quiet room when I'm pitching at you? We've got 4.82 expected ERA, 4.49 expected ERA, 4.93 expected ERA. What does it all mean, Basil? Well, it means 501 expected slugging to start off this season. And he's had a pretty interesting start because you get Toronto on the road, Kansas City on the road, Arizona on the road, but roof was closed for that one. We'll let you know that because my parents were at the game. But Dean Kramer, not good. Also not good. Oh, Sebulba, very bad. Episode 1, Star Wars, anyone? Not a big fan of the Dean Kramer. Now, Gavin Williams is interesting too, because he went yonder way, found some things, and 12 25-year-old, East Carolina, and this is like a new phenomenon. So I had to look at him for a while because I was like, oh, same pitch usage, but he's throwing 2 pitches, period, this year. Like a little sweeper. So yeah, we don't have the data point running this up because brand new pitch. Brand new pitches intrigue me. They always intrigue me because when you start, and you're going to have really good results. You're not going to add a pitch unless it's better than what you got. Or you're searching for something. Gavin Williams was searching for something last year. We saw him get tuned up a little bit on this 4-seamer, and it's still getting tuned up this season. It's still the pitch he's got to throw the most. He's got enough velocity, but it really doesn't have a lot of movement on it. Arm angle guy, again, just like exactly median, like just maybe 40, a little bit higher, 35, kind of like more in the direct angle there. You get the high ones. We brought that up yesterday. Again, been doing some more work on that, but because it's just not stuff I'm as familiar with, but that's a big increase and still getting street sweep it, baby, cock ready to let it go. RPMs, where did the RPMs go? That was all I cared about. Why do I suck at life today? Don't answer that. All right. Curveball, found a little bit more spin. 4-seamer, 2304, a little bit higher, but God, it just really doesn't have the kind of movement, vertical movement. Yeah, we had to find something. So this is what he's introduced, is this sweeper. I would say very much so far, so good. Exclusively for righties. And it has just been glorious. By far his best pitch so far. We'll see if it continues, but I think Guardians had high hopes for Gavin Williams. I don't know about him. Yeah, he was somebody that I think came out of the gate pretty hot in 2023, and then the book came out on him. It just never got better for him. I just thought the things might get better, but it's not terrible. I think last year it's pretty unlucky. Decent enough swing and miss stuff at the big league level, 23.5%. You have to remember, so when they show the average 22.2%, remember bullpen arms are factored into that. If you have a starter that's 23, 24, that's way above average. Like, that's a really nice number to be getting out of a starting pitcher, like your third, fourth pitcher. Like, Cleveland's had a lot of turnover. Is Shane Bieber still alive? Like, can we send a bat signal out for Shane Bieber? Williams is overrated. Yeah. The main thing is that we need that fastball to fix. Like, this fastball is an issue, and it's the main offering. He's throwing it 55% of the time. You can't set up a pitch that isn't finding the zone. Like, sweeper curveball, the whole point is that you're getting them off balance with this, and really good change. Like, I think one other thing I'd also like to look more into is, like, what's the right level to your pitches? But, like, this was such an extreme difference where I think hitters could basically read on it. And this was a bunch of junk. This cutter was junk. Look at this junk. Just not that good of an off-speed pitch. You basically are just better off throwing the curveball. And that's why it was the second usage rather than going to this if it's not going to be getting absolute swing and miss. But the sweeper so far, we're going to keep paying attention to it, because I think if he's throwing it exclusively to righties, there's going to be certain lineups that we really target some strikeout upside. Like, really target some strikeout upside. Did I get this total yet? God, just let me cash the damn ticket. We got 219. We're at 219. We need to have some fouls. We need some buckets. I need some buckets. Needs 10 more. I'm aware I can count, and you can count me meeting you in the parking lot. 236.5. Oh my God. It's going to come down into this, like, sweaty, stupid territory. Where's Steph Curry when you need him? Daddy needs a bucket. I need 10 points. Stop shooting Draymond Green. What a butthole. Oh my God. Is this serious? 17 points each right now in the fourth. Are you kidding me? This is just going to keep plummeting. I can't watch. Let's finish this show so I can go to bed. Or just break stuff if that total doesn't hit. We're all in this together now. Birds of a feather now. Seattle, Cincy. Bryce Miller, not very good. Nick Martinez, been exceptionally better than expected. Like, he's a guy who reinvented himself. Going overseas, figuring it out, feeling the flow, feeling the dance, feeling the flow. Yeah, there's not a lot to mine out of this one. And then, let's see, Washington, Pittsburgh. Oh, Bailey Falter, our good friend Bailey Falter. Wind was blowing out pretty severely today. I didn't do as much weather today because most of the spots were pretty clear cut or domes and stuff like Arlington. Like, you kind of know what you're getting. What was the over under? I got it at 229. And then everybody else got it at 227. Zach Edey, make your freaking free throws. They're free, bro. Dude, this is just so brutal. Way on pace, way on pace, way on pace. 18-17. It was a good year. It wasn't 18-12, I suppose. Oh my God. Oh my God. Talked Arizona, Miami at length. Marina Del Ra. Robbie Ray is not himself. Can we finally get some? Can we get some righties? I saw JT Realmuto did hit a home run today, which was just insane. 6 more. Can we go? Can we go? Draymond Green, steal, step, or throw. Good. Why is Scottie Pippen shooting in the clutch right now? What's going on? If I were watching this, I would break everything. 225. Please bucket. Please bucket. Please bucket. Please bucket. Now, Robbie Ray went to Toronto, lost his way somewhat. I mean, no movement on anything. Flat, flat, flat. Just so much mileage on the tires. And obviously injuries have played a big part the last couple of years. No sample size whatsoever the last 2 years. Meatball swing percentage. I mean, just throwing meatballs. Whiff percentage way down on the general. Swing percentage. I mean, guys are able to wait on it and get their pitch. Chase contact. Like, even out of the zone, getting contact. Lowest chase rate, I think, of his career. Yep. 26.7 is lower than those numbers. Nope, there's a 24.5 in there. I am a damn dirty liar. But overall, percentile ranks, blue. Walking, guys. He's always had a walk problem. Always, 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 always. Expected ISO. Now, in terms of what we can expect for tomorrow, in Great American Small Park, not great. On the road, Seattle, much better little situation here. And then, Yankees win. Robbie Ray, best of luck to you, sir. Can't imagine this is going to go very well for him in Philly. All right, everybody cash the 227. Everybody cash the 227. That makes me happy. Makes me happy. 228. Awesome. I need a point. Just give me a point. 2 more. I need a point. Weather situations tomorrow. Yes, I do have my list of stuff. Let me grab that. I have so many notes all the time. Baseball is so much work. I hope you guys appreciate it and you guys hit that like button for me. It would make me happy. Mom is a huge Warriors fan. Oh, that's fun. 6 more. You know, we're doing good now. You're all in this together. Just no stops. Don't stop. Addicted to the shindig. Steph Curry, 6 threes. Cash the over 5.5 for anybody who played it. I did not. I just used it as information for TFS. Kevon Looney back in the game. I didn't see. What were his minutes? Because I was waiting for props for Kevon Looney. It was available on Pick'em. I didn't end up shorting it, but I thought about it. I just kept talking myself into like, oh, if Zach Edey's going to be on the floor for a lot of minutes, which it looks like he is, 12, 17, and 2. But dear Lord, all of the overs for Zach Edey cashing. Yeah, that's terrifying. John Morant, he's not going to hit his taco, it would appear, unless he gets a bucket late. Anyway, Aaron Nola. We did target Aaron Nola pretty successfully last time out, too. I don't think I want to do it as much this time around. There are some professional hitters here. This total was the main thing that stood out to me, but let me grab my weather sheet. I was just grabbing that. Wind blowing out to right again. It's like 15 miles per hour tops. So that'll be fun. Another good hitting environment. What was the weather? Sorry. Temperature, excuse me. 54 at first pitch. Yeah, 3:45 start Pacific. So yeah, 6:45 Eastern time start. Local. Still a little sunlight. Still feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. Tatis intentional walk. That doesn't shock me. Cash. Oh no. Tie. Push. 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 I just need to see this cash now. I was going to leave. What am I doing with my life? All right, cash it. All righty. Oh, 180. Oh, man. Oh, Eric. I do love spreadsheets, though. I really, really do. Boop. Boop. And all righty. We are into the bay. This is incredible. 2 days of doing this. And you know what? We are up a grand total of 1 unit. I'm up a little bit more because of premium Discord. Thank God they got murdered way worse than you did on Friday. So trust me, I owed them. But Shohei Ohtani bomb, Mookie Betts bomb yesterday. Today, Bryce Harper, the absolute GOAT, coming through for us. Everybody got to partake in Corbin Carroll. Num, 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 num. That was delicious. I'm still mad at myself. I didn't bet Stephen Kwan plus 1,700, but that's not a conversation for right now because we need to get out of here. Wanted to double check what some of these prices were. Wanted to get the game line. So I'll get to the props tomorrow, I promise. So much to do, so much to see. I gotta walk my dog in the morning and make sure my wife doesn't leave me because, well, I'm still out here again. San Fran. Oh no. Oh no. That's a play. Well, that's a play. Run this in the background. Double check. Cashing over today. All right. These days are us. Green is green. Yes. 1 unit. Let's add this. We're going to add it. This is easy. Oh. And this is for my coding for it, just for the week to make sure that I add it to all my stuff. Usually do it a little different, but that is not our concern. We're just going total. We're going Philly at San Fran. over 7.5. It's minus 108, and that is going to be a second here. Get it in so it can be official for the people. One more. And alrighty, we're set. $54. That is on Profit X. And we are in on that. So if you stayed along, we found another play for the people. And it's done running. I have a feeling it's going to be over. Oh, it's way over. Cool. 8.6. We're not going to lock it. We're not going to pop, lock, and drop it. But green is good. Green is good. We like it. We like it a lot. We like it a lot. All right. One more time. Promo code LLL. Get 2 weeks free. Hour and 45 minutes. Yet again, 100 minutes. I was going to be done at the hour mark. I could have been done at the hour mark. I gave you the plays an hour and a half ago. I gave you the plays before the show even started, basically. But Portfolio EV is updating in real time. That does not need to be added to a spreadsheet. That does not need to be tracked for the people. But I do love tracking for the people, trying to make sure that I'm making us profitable year long throughout this entire MLB season. You got 2 weeks free there. And then if you go to the link below, well, one more thing. Lindy and friends, a lot of people jumped in today. It made me very, very happy to be very profitable for them in the streets. Lindy $5 for your first week. Down at the link below. Again, $5, less than $1 a day to come get all of my plays, all of my updated research in the prop department that I will have after we get out of here. Just for the sake of doing it, let's take one peruse at the last game on the slate, because we talked the Angels won. Kansas City, New York, Bubic and Schmidt. I'm staying far away from anything that has to do with Bubic. Newcomb and Littell. I know we're going to be looking at offense and props for that tomorrow. So those are super easy pieces of analysis. But the last one, I hate that Bobby Miller is back in our lives, but do you know how good his stuff is? Even though it's bright blue and he gets tuned up and he might suck. His stuff is really good. I don't see how this changeup doesn't just eternally strike out every lefty. Now, the complexion of this lineup for Colorado is dog doo-doo. You're going to get Mickey Moniak from the left side. You're going to get Ryan McMahon, who's their best hitter from the left side. Nick Martini batted second today. He'll bat second again in this spot. Toglia, switch hitter. And Zach Veen has just been not very good to start his big league career. But Brenton Doyle rules. He's been so good, just not healthy. Not in the lineup today. Don't think he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. We took a stab on a quarter unit. I hated it when we ran it. Obviously, from a market-based perspective, it looks good yet again for tomorrow. Colorado, the under. Oh, it's so terrifying when it's the Dodgers. Just makes it really, really hard. Now, there's no edge on plus 255. Earlier, before we got a lot of the other books, same thing. We were looking at the first 5 money line, and once you know it, same damn thing for today. I am not doing it again. I did a quarter unit today, and I backed up some of that. I think the Dodgers are they're just hard to comprehend how good they are. And baseball is one that we don't really factor in guys winning 110 games or having that be in the range of outcomes. It's well within the range of outcomes for these Los Angeles Dodgers. They're that good. So, anywho, just to recap as we get out of here. And again, that would be a lean in that direction, first 5 Colorado, but I'm not doing it. I refuse. We took the stab yesterday, so congratulations on Colorado for actually getting it done, and we would have been very profitable there, but really don't want to be going that direction. Happy Bobby Miller Day, even though you don't like the man. I do like the man. I just said I like the man. It's just like, this is how you know that I'm not just like looking at a sheet and saying, oh, Bobby Miller, he's terrible. Look at his numbers last year. 394 xWOBA, terrible, terrible, terrible. I don't think he's that bad at all. I think he's very actively filthy. What I think is that some things are hard to explain. And sometimes this is mental because it is not in the stuff. The stuff is flat out filthy. 41% whip percentage on the changeup. Curveball, 28.6%. Well, what's happening in 2-2 counts? What's happening in 3-2 counts? What's happening when he really needs something to go his direction. Well, he was giving up some of the hardest hits and the most barrels out of anybody who's routinely getting chances. And boy, did he get chances last year. He throws it 99. Last year, went down a tick and just got tuned up. I mean, he has such good stuff. He's such good stuff. He's just, I refuse to back Colorado. So, just to recap, order unit there, 0.24 there that we made on Monday, Tuesday, 0.76 when it's all said and done. Yay, cashing the Memphis Golden State 229 there. I like the spaces too, because this works in my tracking, because then you can look at it. When it runs together, you can't search it in the bar. You can't do the search. It doesn't work as well. So I needed to fix that. I might have problems. See how I did it there and I didn't do it there? Meticulous. Anyway, for tomorrow, to recap, I know a lot of people got to see this on the front end. If you stay and watch the entire video, you're going to get this extra Philly San Francisco play. I have no choices but to do it this way. But Corbin Carroll, we're going to sit, wait, wish, and hope we get another good number, an advantageous number. Yesterday, getting plus 475 really carried the day for us. I posted that ticket also over on X. Profit X has had some really, really nice numbers. Oh, I did go live on X here. Hopefully some people watched and stuff and liked me. But yeah, ended up cashing that 1.19 in that direction. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. 0.76 units there. So exactly 1 unit. Let's keep it rolling. Green is good. Green is good. That is what I was just told. Green is green. Got to get to the wife now. Yes, I do. All right. Let's end this stream. It is it's almost 1 a.m. on the West Coast, or on the East Coast. West Coast, almost 10 o'clock here. I'm going to get myself the heck up out of here. For myself, I'm Eric Lindquist. At Eric Lindquist, you can follow me over on X. Just my name, Eric, E-R-I-C. Not like the Fetty CK crap. It is C, just C for correct. I better end the stream. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let's get out of here.